Your boy Zack, drama alert, everybody. He's now dropped to 89.5K subscribers after now standing for Antifa. Yes, this is your boy Zack 2025. He wants the left wing to be able to express themselves in comics because comics are good now, guys. And as much as his entire channel was literally built around the fact that left-wing comics were everything. And I am so mad at myself, and I'm kicking myself for not doing YouTube back in 2016, 2017, when he got big reviewing comics. I was writing for The Federalist and covering this. If you don't remember, the kind of the big thing that tipped off the culture war, Federalist, political correctness, Marvel Comics. This was my article that really kicked it off and got this in the big public sphere, where I talked about this April 2017. And of course, I wrote for The Federalist for quite a while. I wrote for PJ Media, Milo Yiannopoulos. I've been a journalist for a long, long time. And I went over the details of just how bad the comic industry had gotten. And I'd gone through and actually noted that every single writer in Marvel and DC Comics was an extreme leftist activist. There wasn't even one who was silent on it at the time. I went through a whole month worth of what was coming out, and I checked all of their Twitter feeds at the time, and every single one of them was ranting about Trump or Republicans or Christians. They hate you. They hate all of us. And I was like, this is not good. And I noted this also as I went to a comic shop at the time, and I'd been out of paying attention to Marvel and DC for a while. I only had been buying indie books at this point. Already, because I was done. I was done after One More Day, Spider-Man, because I was just insulting enough. I didn't before the real relentless politics stuff. I was done already because they hate their fans. I mean, it's not even about politics. They hate their fans, and that's what comics has been. And so I talked about this, and with this, I talked about how the comic shop I was at told me their sales were down like 70% because nobody was buying Marvel comics because it was female Thor, Hulk was an Asian boy, every character, Iron Man was a black girl. They had every major character replaced with like some minority counterpart, and nobody wanted to buy that because they just wanted to buy Tony Stark and wanted to buy Bruce Banner and wanted to buy the real Thor. And so this is where it was at, and this is where it was all starting. Now, this article got millions of views. Bleeding Cool picked it up. They started trashing me on their website, kind of propelling me to modesty fame in a little bit. I was going on radio shows. I was on One American News Network. They were having me do rounds, and I was on my way to becoming a senior contributor here. I didn't like doing like bigger politics stuff, though. I like comics and I like sci-fi stuff, niche stuff. And that's just and so I wanted to talk more about that stuff all the time, and it just doesn't jive all the time. The only reason this went viral at the time was just because the single political moment. Now, I got this all really, really big, but nobody reads who actually writes the articles. Does this? All they do is follow YouTubers, and so you boy Zack just goes on a channel and goes, "This book sucks," and then tears it apart in front of his steering wheel, and you kind of relate to him, and that's how he got his channel big. And all they're doing is LGBTQ woke shit, I mean, that's all he did with his channel, and yet he got really, really big. And my better analysis of things actually fighting the culture war, it did really well for the website. I made a lot of money off this article because they pay you by the click. But it didn't really do much for following. So I regret not doing YouTube because I think at the time, if I would have done that, I could have been up there probably bigger than your boy Zack because I was real on the culture war. He never was. And he was just out there because he's like a autistic comic book nerd who really wants to write for Marvel Comics. He wants to write his X-Men and G.I. Joe one day. And he's still there, and he's bitter. And he knows that actually his dreams of comics are slipping away. It's really tragic. Over the last few years, he's turned on the culture war, turned on everybody who is calling out all the wokeness out there, saying everything's good now, trying to shame you for not watching movies like Furiosa. I think that's where it all started, was Furiosa. And he's had a big downfall. He had at least 120,000 subscribers at his peak, maybe 114. I think that was around, maybe it was a peak. But he's been losing subs, and the only reason he has as many as he has still is because YouTube doesn't actually show you videos based on subs. So 89,000 people are not actually seeing what's actually popping up on his feed, which is just a complete betrayal of everything he ever got big for. He was supposed to be a fighter for the culture war, build an alternative, and then he, just didn't come out with his comic books. I don't know why he didn't. He's actually even lost Chuck Dixon at this point, who's done an interview saying that Chuck's not going to write for him anymore because Boi Zack just doesn't come out with his comics, and Chuck wants his comics to come out, and that's reasonable, right? And so he's really been slipping over and over and over, and it's been really, really bad to watch. And this is our latest downfall over a drawing that Daniel Warren Johson did where he showed Batman murdering a police officer and cheering for Antifa. It's freaking crazy stuff. But this is who these people are in the comic industry. They hate you. And I thought your Boi Zack was going to turn around with this, because when he saw Charlie Kirk get shot like the rest of us, and he watched on Blue Sky all of these freaking weirdos in the comic industry celebrate it, you thought, okay, maybe, for a minute he stopped attacking culture commentators on the right who were being like, hey, Peacemaker's a bad TV show, which it is. And instead, he just went right back to it. And so he's losing subs again. And this take on this Antifa thing is shocking. And it shows he's just with the left-wing comic industry. He's one of them. He's wanted to be one of them from the beginning. When he signaled, because Mags Visaggio was crying, that he was going to donate an entire crowdfund to the Trevor Project charity back in, I think it was 2018, which was his Iron Sights. If you remember this, I remember, the internet's forever. And he said all that money's going to go to trans charity because I'm not a transphobe. You knew that he was not the fighter. And unfortunately, he kept it going. He kept the grift going for a long while, took a bunch of people's money, did not deliver comics, and this is the rest is history. Meanwhile, I've been here. I started a little late, but I'm here, and I'm glad you found me. And we're building. We're almost to 10,000 subscribers now, which I really appreciate on the channel. Like I said, unfortunately, the way things work is these platforms don't care about subs so much anymore. So make sure to be a part of my community and the like too. This is where I started. I've been here all along. I have not changed my positions. I've always been about fighting the evil leftist corporations and, of course, coming and trying to provide alternatives from right-wing and conservative and Christian people. And that's what we need to do. And your Boi Zack never explicitly stated that because he didn't want values to be a part of it. I just want apolitical comics, right? And that's why that whole movement of what he did and what Ethan Van Sciver did with Comicsgate fell apart so quickly because there were no real values there. So I'm doing it in novels as well. I'm a science fiction writer, and I know you're probably mostly a comic person if you're on here. But I wrote over the last year and a half, 2 years, a full science fiction trilogy. And this is I spent more hours on this than anything I've ever done in my life. It is my baby. I love this. I'm all about exploration. Science fiction as a genre has a lot of overlap with comics. You might have read some of my sci-fi comics like Overmind or The Hidden Emperor or The Emerald Array. And this is my novel series. So these are real books, regular books for good readers. And I wanted to bring back that sense of wonder, the sense of space exploration, and do it right. I got a great artist, as you can see, Lolo Guzman, who is a wonderful painter to, of course, bring my characters to life on the covers here. And what I did was make it a lot like each book is its own thing, because it bothers me these days that they're not. And so the first one's about an alien soul crystal that stores souls, and the aliens are some of them are living forever because they're stored in the souls, and then they merge with other people as they get along. Causes a conflict, and the crew has to investigate this in a first contact situation. Next is The Safe Place, which is very interesting. It's my commentary on just like global war. I'm an anti-war person. Planet gets blown up. Ship gets trapped because of like defenses that have been there for thousands of years, and they find out that the aliens there actually went into a pocket dimension with a promise that they were going to come back someday, and they got trapped in there. Notice how look at the shining teleporter effect here. Really cool. Lolo's does such an amazing job. Then we have Time Bomb, which is my time travel epic. 3 different timelines are getting just absolutely destroyed, and the crew has to save all of them. Otherwise, everything's going to unravel. So my most ambitious book yet and most complicated book yet as well. So these are on here. We've got premium hardcovers, which are beautiful. I can't wait to actually show these to you because they're amazing. I highly recommend those. And my original sci-fi series, The Arishan War, this was the first one I ever did back in the day. It's sold more than 30,000 copies now. This one is now being done in a leather-bound edition as well as a part of this, because I've teamed with a leather-bound producer. So we're actually not only just doing quality stories that are way beyond anything your Boi Zack or Comicsgate ever promised, and we're making characters that are really meant to last. We're also doing premium quality products that are way more than they ever did also. And this is it. This is when you work hard, you have beautiful things, and that's what we're trying to accomplish. So grab this. It's in the description below. Thank you for paying attention and, of course, reading. It's so important. We're building this, and, of course, I would appreciate if you'd back and support us and support our channel and our efforts for what we're doing here. So this is pretty interesting what's going on. So I was originally going to look at this and get into a Peacemaker Season 2 finale review as he rants about, oh, don't miss out because you listen to incels and autists. Oh man, those and assholes. Yeah, you watch Peacemaker. It's such a good. James Gunn's great. Now this is funny. I mean, Peacemaker, if you don't know, opened up in a homosexual orgy, a drug-addled homosexual orgy, just torching the character of Peacemaker. From the actual comics. They actually have a pretty good DC Comics is doing these editions called DC's Finest, if you don't know. And DC's Finest actually has a Peacemaker one, which I've been reading a bit of. Really not the character that James Gunn's presenting out there with this. James Gunn's subverting it as usual. It's crap. And what's interesting is this isn't even a left or right issue. Even the left wing were like, that season finale is crap. So everybody's kind of like, we're done. It's at the point now where James Gunn is even going to maybe be out at the DC universe because Superman lost a ton of money. This is failing pretty badly. We know Supergirl is going to be the biggest disaster ever. As the world's foremost Supergirl expert, I can tell you that right away, even without watching it. And so your Boi Zack naturally has to be contrarian and be like, it's great. This is his Furiosa, like, part 2 moment. Like, Peacemaker is a hill to die on, and let's attack everybody who's talking about Peacemaker because of that. But this isn't the craziest thing that happened this weekend. I expected this to be my video as he's losing more subs. Again, no, if you didn't see, Daniel Warren Johson released over the weekend this drawing, just sickening. And Daniel Warren Johson has signaled in the past that he's actually doing a Batman that's fighting white supremacists, and he said at San Diego Comic-Con he's doing it because he's mad. So he's a big anti-Trump, anti-you. He's a person who probably is happy that Charlie Kirk's dead, and everybody's hailing him in the comic industry because he did Transformers and rebooted it, and Transformers was pretty good, and it wasn't woke, right? And so that was it. And so everybody clapped for him. Now he's on Absolute DC Comics, and he's turning it into an anti-white rant, which is funny because he's an English white guy. He's not even American, by the way. It's just like, shut the F up and, go back to your own hellhole country in the UK. You guys are screwing it up enough. Leave us alone. But this is what he did. This is sickening. It's Batman taking ICE police and just snapping his head because, ICE is bad, right? And so he doesn't want America to beat America. He wants America to be an Antifa, just a clown show. And this is disgusting. Naturally, he just got trashed for all of it, and everybody was making fun of it. You go out there, Chris Brawley, who does Bleeding Fool, great guy, tweet the dumbest shit imaginable. I guess you'll never read a Batman comic. I got bad news for you. This is the funniest part about this. Batman is always like, even in the comics, like the other characters call him a fascist. It's like, and Bruce Wayne is like very much the anti-leftist archetype of all, if out of anything out there. It's pretty ridiculous. Look at this. Batman doesn't kill. Why would Batman kill a federal agent enforcing the law? You dumbasses don't even understand that ICE only reports illegals, not legal immigrants. How the hell are you published when your rhetoric encourages violence? Yeah, this is a great point by Mark Smith. Is an artist who actually does work for me, by the way. He's a great guy. And he does my Extra Sensory, which is available on my Substack and Subscribestar exclusively. Yeah, let me guess your thoughts on Charlie Kirk. Well read says, yeah, this is pretty good. And then this artist here, who is eccentric, said realistic accuracy. He's got Antifa. This is excellent. So this guy, I'm excited. And he's got comics called Between Demons and Angels, Volumes 1 and 2. And I can't wait to check these out. But great job. And of course, this would get blacklisted from DC Comics. This is promoted by DC Comics. Now remember, Daniel Warren Johson is doing a Batman annual right now. And it is going to be an anti-white supremacist. It's a big political message hating you. And this is coming out very, very soon. I've covered this. Did your boy Zack cover it? No, because Comics Matter isn't even about comics, right? He just likes this. And I will not, here it is, allow bums and tourists to scare readers away from good comics. So he approves of these people, right? And here's your they them Hawkeye, who he's saying is great now. This is a they them. A literal they them is Hawkeye now. Fighting for the I'm sorry, they call him Two-Spirit. It's some weird like a Native American virtue signal. And it's supposed to be, this is good. Like, what's your boys act? This is everything you ever stood against. You are promoting the shittiest left-wing craziest comics out there. You're promoting the shittiest left-wing crazy people, and you're attacking everybody who notices that they're still just as shitty and left-wing as 2017. And so here's what he does. And he's throwing a fit. Eric July actually reacted to this too, saying, "My days of getting upset over like this are long gone. I do want to chime in. Daniel Warren Johson is the artist behind the recent Skybound series. He's also drawing an upcoming annual for the series discussed here. This is what the mainstream is and has been. This isn't me saying support the Rippaverse because of this. My message is simple. And creators on the economic right need to understand what they're up against and start acting accordingly, strategically. While some waste time not working, attacking allies, and engaging in unproductive spats, creators on the other side are out there building, influencing, and solidifying the cultural footprint unapologetically. Guys and gals, we need to get focused up 100%. Now, this is what I've been saying for years. And I get attacked before it all the time. I try to reach out. Look, I've tried to reach out to you, Boi Zack, like calm him down. I want to talk him off a ledge because I want him. I don't hate anybody, in these spaces. I just want everybody on the right page. But I've tried to talk to Ethan Van Sciver. I've tried to calm down. These guys just want to fight all the time because they're bitter weirdos and they won't stop. And it's very, very sad. And if you look at what Eric says right here, this is not even what your boy Zack is saying. A talented artist expressed non-conservative views in his free time outside of work. So look at this. It's just his free speech, guys. Let's support Daniel Warren John because he's talented. He hates you, Zack. He would never. He wants you dead, Zack. He literally does. So yeah, go buy his book because it's good. Yeah, man, cool. Yeah, you're good. You're amazing, Zack. I mean, this is crazy. No, of course not. And you need to, honestly, I don't know why anybody would buy a Marvel or DC comic at this point. It's crazy to do so. But buy Eric's dog shit comics or stop criticizing them. By the way, he says, this isn't me supporting Rippaverse. He's saying, stop the infighting on the right, which is true. And there's a lot of people. Unfortunately, it goes down the line, and there's so many out there that still infight, that still want to attack me just for being the messenger that's talking about this stuff. But it's like they're mad that my channel's going or something like that. But I don't understand it. But they don't. There's a lot of problem with this. We do need to stop that. And I invite anybody who's hated me for years or whatever. I actually had one actually come on my stream last week who was anti me for a while and realized, oh wait, JD's actually been consistent the whole time. And we had a good talk. We had a good talk about comics and what's going on. And it was really, really good. And that started to come forward. I had another guy last week do the same. So I think we are moving in the right track. And I invite anybody, you were told I'm a bad person, etc. Just talk to me. I'm easy to talk to. I like everybody. I want to be friendly with everybody. There's people who even have me blocked who I know watch this channel every single day. Zack, I know you're absolutely terrified of me. Other YouTubers who are close to you have told me this. I'm not a scary guy. I'm just a dude with a family with 3 kids who wants my kids to grow up in not a leftist hellhole of culture. Is that so much to ask? It'd be really nice. But we could get you back on track, rehabilitate what you got going on, and stop attacking Eric July over Eric going, this is what the mainstream's all about. They really, really are just rabid political activists who hate you. And so why would you ever just endorse them, buy their books, cheer for them, try to virtue signal that, we're going to come together with them. I mean, this is what Zack's doing full time now. And he's now attacking Eric July for a very measured take on this guy's crazy Antifa drawing. Now, your boy Zack back in the 2017 would have just ripped Daniel Warren Johson a new one and that we would have all enjoyed it. Daniel Warren Johson is, I mean, this guy's a clown. That's what I said on Twitter. I just said, you're a clown, right? That's all you need. That's all you can really say about this. And he is. And I'm not going to buy his freaking books. I don't care if they're okay. Yeah, and that's the standard. By the way, taking Transformers and doing a generic Transformer story and having it look kind of pretty is not that hard to do. It's not like we're clapping for like baseline reboot 7 out of 10 things at this point in the comic industry and saying it's fantastic because it's not the 1 out of 10 Mags Visaggio trans allegory, right? I mean, that's where your boy Zack's at these days. That's what the comic industry has become. And it's sick. And of course, this is why he's losing subscribers left and right. This is insane. And he deletes comment. By the way, your comments will get deleted. This is the argument that's the same as doing don't worry whether it's good, just buy it because it's trans. No, this is what we're saying is you shouldn't support this. I don't care if it's mediocre. Daniel Warren Johnson's a crazy rabid leftist who wants you dead. Like, why would you buy things from him? I mean, that's insane. Eric didn't say go buy my books. In fact, he didn't. Your boy Zack just lied. This is what the leftists always do. They always lie about what you're saying and then say something else is what you're saying. He's one of them now. It's really wild. And I guess there's enough people on here who, the economic right, who follow this and actually give him some golf claps. Now, I know some of them are actual leftists who are using sock accounts to try to egg him on. Because they like watching this downfall, because they want Zack to fail. That's the whole deal, right? And it's really, really sad that your boy Zack just like goes for this and then deletes. And it's the same thing. He deletes, he blocks everybody who disagrees with him. He's one of them now. That's what all these people in the comic industry did, and unfortunately, he became one of them. So this is really sad. So the media literacy 101. This is sick. This drawing's sick. It's evil. Daniel Warren Johson should be ashamed of himself, and DC Comics should not be promoting this. Simple. I mean, that's wild. He's doing a Batman annual, and this is what he wants Batman to stand for. This is wrong. It's anti-comics. It's anti-American. It's anti-all of us, and it's really sad to watch your boy Zack do this. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to join my community, newsletter, and Discord, just so I stay in touch with you guys. It's really awesome to see you. Check out my Valiant Frontiers. Unlike Zack, I've been producing stuff this entire time. And it's been the reason your boy Zack never mentions me or anything like that. He knows the quality is way here. He knows the storytelling that we've done has surpassed anything he's done by leaps and bounds. And that's not just a little brag. It's just we really have put in the work. My entire team's amazing, and I want you to check this out. So this is my prose novels. These are deeper than you're going to get from comics. Prose novels are good things. Reading's good for you guys. And we're going to bring back reading again. That's what we're trying to do. We're bringing back science fiction again. This is in the description below. Check it out. Thank you guys for the support. We'll be back soon.